The date that almost killed me. My name isn't important. The only reason I'm telling this story is because I almost became a missing person. 3 years ago, I matched with a guy named Ryan on a dating app. His profile looked normal. Good job, nice pictures, mutual interests. Nothing stood out as suspicious. For 2 weeks, we talked every day. He was funny, charming, maybe a little intense. But I ignored the red flags because he seemed genuinely interested in me. Eventually, we agreed to meet. The first date started normally. We met at a restaurant downtown. Ryan arrived early and already had a table waiting. At first, everything was fine. But after about 20 minutes, something felt off. Every answer he gave sounded rehearsed, almost like he'd practiced being normal. Whenever I talked about my family, he would quickly change the subject. Whenever I asked about his past relationships, he'd smile and say, "It didn't work out." Then he'd immediately move on. The biggest red flag came when he casually mentioned he'd recently moved. I asked where from. He stared at me for a second too long, then said, "Around." I laughed awkwardly. He didn't. The rest of the date felt strange. When it ended, I told him I had an early morning and needed to leave. He seemed disappointed, very disappointed. He kept trying to convince me to come back to his apartment. I refused. Eventually, he let it go. Or so I thought. As I drove home, I noticed headlights behind me. At first, I didn't think much of it. Then I realized it was Ryan's car. Every turn I made, he made. For almost 10 minutes. My heart started racing. Finally, I pulled into a busy gas station. The car immediately turned around and drove away. The next morning, Ryan texted me. "Made it home safe?" I never told him where I lived. I stopped replying. A few days later, I received another message. Then another. Then another. When I didn't respond, he created new numbers. New accounts. He wouldn't stop. Eventually, I blocked everything. A month later, I was watching the evening news. That's when I saw his face. Ryan had been arrested. Not for stalking. For murder. Police believed he was connected to the deaths of 3 women across 2 states. All of them had met him through dating apps. All of them disappeared after first or second dates. I sat frozen in front of the TV. Then the reporter said something that made me sick. Investigators had recovered a notebook from his apartment. Inside were names, addresses, workplaces, detailed notes about women he had met. The police later contacted me. My name was in that notebook. Next to it was a date, 3 days after our dinner. There was another note underneath, just 3 words. "Invite her over." The detective told me they believed he was planning to contact me again. I asked how close I had come. He paused before answering. Then he said something I'll never forget. "Close enough that we're having this conversation." I deleted every dating app that night. And even now, years later, I still check my rearview mirror whenever I drive home alone.